Welcome back, everybody. Well, what you are looking at here is a collection of Schrade knives that we're going to be taking a look at here. Not all in this video, of course, but in a series of videos, and most of these are going to be pretty well on the budget end of things. I mean, actually all of them are, as far as I'm concerned. So if you're wanting to see what we're gonna take a look at today, stay with us. Alright, glad you hung out to see what we're talking about. Well, this one, the SCHF37, you've seen a previous video on that one, so we're not going to really be checking that one out today. But we are going to be checking out its larger brother, and that is the SCHF37. Now, they do make a couple different versions of this. They have this one here with the TPE handles, and this one is $10.95. Now, they do make one with micarta handles, you know, that are the same kind of design as that right there, but it's an 8CR13 MOV, so a stainless. But that one there, it's a pretty good sized lad there. It's 7-inch blade, 1/4 inch thick, so it's quite the blade, you know, choil for choking up there and all that. And these are actually a pretty comfortable knife. I mean, they're not bad. They're, you know, a pretty good outdoors knife. I would say they're not great, you know, at any one thing, you know, but decent at most. I really don't think you can break the thing, but I mean, I think it would primarily be an outdoors blade, and in fact, they call it their bushcraft line. Now, in my opinion, that is not a good bushcraft knife. Now, it is a good fire knife, you know, as far as if you're wanting to stack some firewood. It works great for that. So, with that, let's get into work on this thing here and see how that works out. We've got a pretty good log here, you know. Let's see, so give you an idea. And yes, there is cracks in it, but that's, you know, that's how it goes. Unless you cut down a dead standing tree, you know, it may not have cracks in it, but most of the time it will. No problem there. Easy to hold on to. That little hook there really helps. As you can see, it does pretty good there. I'm not going to worry about chopping through that. That might take a while. But let's go ahead and jump right in and baton this thing right off the get-go. Now, of course, this has a crack in it, as per usual. We're going to exploit that crack. Here we go. Let's hammer on this thing. I just wonder, is that even in the shot there, the top of it? Let me check here. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Oh well, it'll be all right. Here we go. Now I'm whacking this thing pretty good because my baton isn't all that big, so here we go. Just like that. No problem. You know, to give you an idea, I mean, that's a pretty good sized log there. Busted it right in half. Let's go for it again. no problem. And I'm whacking that thing hard too, just because, you know, I want to make sure that it's good and durable. Now, after those first couple of whacks, granted that's a good size log, you can see the coating is already coming off, which that's alright, I don't mind. I'll finish taking it off if I need to. Not worried about that. But just to give you an idea of how it held up, and the blade edge is good. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, to be expected. Now let's bust this thing down some more. And of course this is some you know, knotty wood. I didn't special pick it or nothing. I just grabbed it off the pile. Going right through a knot right now. Annihilating my baton. Because those knots are hard. Okay, see, we got a knot right there. Okay. No trouble. Probably would have been better with a bigger baton, but alright, so we quartered that log up and then busted that down in half, gave us this little piece here. Let's get up on that choil, see if it does any good. Granted, this is very thin here, so it probably take a minute to get down to something with a little bit of heft to it here. I'm not really trying to make a perfect feather stick or anything, just trying to make some shavings just to kind of feel the edge out, which of course isn't too bad, but just like on the 36, when you're holding it like this, that thumb ramp there really digs into your hand, which is why on my other 36 that I modded, you know, I stripped it and chamfered the choil and removed the thumb guard there for that exact reason. But what's nice, you know, this knife here, I think they're going for around $35. You know, I mean, you can afford to mod a knife like that. And if you do want the micarta grip version, they're only like $45, I think. So and the edge is plenty adequate. Again, I didn't touch the edge. This is straight out of the box, which, like I said, it's adequate. I mean, it wasn't shaven sharp by any means, but you know, not terrible. Granted, it's no feather stick champion, but we didn't think it would be. So that's pretty cool. I guess we ought to hit the sheath real quick. Comes with your standard nylon sheath, you know, with the pocket in the front, leg strap, button closure. Put it on your belt quick and easy. But also, for your $35, it comes with a diamond sharpening, I always want to call them stones, but technically I don't think it is a stone, or is it, because it's diamond? Huh. Either way, diamond sharpener. And of course, a little ferro rod and striker. Now on the other 36 model I had that I modded, the striker was really kind of dull, honestly. So let's just see how this one is out of the box. Of course, it's got coating on it, so got to get that off first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This striker is much better. Not really trying to light it, of course. I mean, if I was, I wouldn't be using just this, but just to show you guys, it does work. Now we got ourselves a pretty good size log here. Let's just do a little bit of chopping on it, just to kind of see what it can do. Alright, nice and easy there. Kind of flip it over, got some bark in there. Wasn't no problem. Yeah, it's hard to chop that way. This thing works pretty good. I'm barely holding on to it, just like that right there. Just because of the way that hook is, it's staying in my hand. You know, not having to reset every single time. Chopping into the log here? What's going on? Probably can't see that, guys. Well, you can see this log here's kind of got some holes in it. A little bit hollow there. A little more solid at that end. But just for chopping. Alright, let's do some chopping here. I guess we'll go with we'll just start off with 10, just see where it ends up. Now, this blade does have a slight hollow grind on it. Now, it's not real deep, but it may stick a little, so we'll see. Uh-oh, I wasn't counting. Is that 3 or 4? Let's call it 3. That was 10. I think it was 10. Not too bad, though. May only been 9. I wasn't really counting, darn it. Oh well. But not too bad. And I mean, this is a big log here. Let's just go at it for a minute. And also, you know, I'm not hitting this thing hard as I can. I mean, I'm only lifting it up maybe head high, which I'm sitting down here, so not like I'm raising it, you know, 6 foot up in the air. So let's just go ahead and hit it some more. Like I said, just kind of chopping for fun. Not trying to chop this in half or anything like that. Just going at it, working this coating over. Just to kind of show you guys how tough this knife is. Alright, good enough. And you can see that's pretty good little deal there. Also, this thing is supposed to have a good 90-degree spine on there, you know, for bark work or whatever. Let's see if it'll scrape this fire steel here. Oh yeah. You bet it will. And that's even with the coating. Our usual good old piece. Look at there, it's been out here so long it's almost turning gray. You can tell that side was down, that side was up. But let's check it out. See what we got here. Alright, got us a little pile there. Let's strike it with one of these, because this is a smaller diameter rod and it worries me. Hold on here. Get that striker in hand so it ain't flopping around. Now, this isn't really a big enough pile. I ought to have a bigger pile than this, but there it is. Easy peasy. I tell you what though, for 35, 40, depends where you get it, dollar knife, I mean that thing is pretty darn capable. And it's tough. It's $10.95. You know, I mean you can no sweat. I mean, and this log is hard. You know, it ain't rotted. And of course, even after those side to sides, and I don't really like tip testing because I'm not sponsored. I buy these things, so I'm not gonna destroy them. But I will give it a good little run. We'll let you see the coating here again after all that. Wearing in nicely. And it is kind of one of those a little bit grittier, but not quite as gritty as you know, you'll get on like even an Essie or, you know, maybe an Ontario or something like that. So pretty well a good knife. Now I think I would recommend, see, I wish they made this one in 1095 but with my micarta scales. And it would be a lot better, and it would make more sense, because why wouldn't you put the rubber handles on the stainless model? That way, for wet conditions, that would last better, I would think, than micarta, but maybe not, maybe not. I would just prefer if they put the micarta on the 1095 model, because then it would be pretty decent. If they put the micarta handles on that thing, removed that thumb ramp, chamfered that choil, and put a real saber grind on it, you'd have something. Now granted, that's a completely different knife than what you see, but it would be a very functional knife at that point. So anyway, glad you all hung out till the end of this. Obviously, I'm sure you noticed I didn't put that same intro in, because that's just too long. I watched a couple of videos as if I was just a person cruising through, and that intro was entirely too long, so I'll make a new intro that's quite a bit shorter than that, because nobody wants to sit and watch that. I mean, it was neat maybe the first time I did it, but that's about it. So I'll come up with something new in the future. Also, check out my boy Scab over there at Choir Boys Cutlery. And I'm sure you saw the last video, couple of minute video I put up about the 22 a day. Check out old Scabber over there at Choir Boys Cutlery. He'll tell you all about the 22 a day, and he's doing good work over there, and he's a real good guy, old Scab. You know, he's funny too, so he's entertaining to watch. So anyway, that was the Schrade SCHF37. And like I say, there'll be some more Schrades coming up after this. All budget options, you know, but good tough knives. I mean, you're not gonna regret getting it. So I guess with that being said, I think that'll wrap things up. And thank y'all again for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.